Good day to you. Today we're talking about self-discipline and commitment. And it's a very interesting topic once again, especially if you were watching the video that I did yesterday about the power of focus. Now, connecting happiness and discipline together, that's actually very interesting. So, we might have a habit of getting happiness from sources outside of ourselves, such as entertainment, food. We know we're trying to generate it from the inside, but to see that there's that aspect of discipline behind it, let's talk. So, they're mentioning here in Mindful Zen Habits that happiness is work and effort. It's not something that comes from the outside, but they're saying it's daily habits that you adopt, and with time, you'll become happier. They continue here that having self discipline means doing the things that you have to do, even if you're not in the mood to do them. If you adopt the habit of doing what is necessary despite not being in the mood for it, your success and happiness are inevitable. I don't know, it starts sounding like the school of just suck it up and do it anyways. And I think people, that's how they burn themselves out at being good because they're making it painful, such as, all right, I have to lose this weight. And it's like there's no happiness that could come there. I think it's the practice of trying to infuse happiness of who you're being in the process of what you're achieving. Being proud that you're doing something about something that's meaningful to you should make you happy and you're grateful for that. So that gets us out of the trap of when I will reach this goal, I will be happy, but being happy of who you're being, I think comes and helps us here. Let's see what they say. Ah, there you go. They're trying to say now that you can train to have more self discipline and willpower up to a certain point. Self discipline and willpower are limited. Yes, that is true. So you can't rely or you can't really depend on them only. So they're mentioning just like your cell phone or your car, you will run out of gas, you will run out of battery eventually. So you can't just keep forcing yourself to do things that you obviously do not like or you just have to do, right? So then what do we do then in this case? Well, obviously, burning yourself out is not an option. So they're mentioning here that many times what seems to be discipline, for example, when you see some athletes training, in reality are habits or rituals. That's their solution. And the truth is that habits are the only way to create lasting change. So it's not burning out your willpower, but it's just developing the habits that will sustain you because just brushing your teeth doesn't demand a mental effort. It's more connected to your philosophy that it just makes sense, it's logic. So you're not fighting yourself to do it. You don't need to motivate yourself to do it. It's just kind of like logical. So I think it's developing a habit where it takes time to start it, but once you have it, it's that it matches your way of thinking, it matches your logic. So there's no internal resistance, meaning imagine you had to accelerate in your car while having your foot on the brake pedals, or you're trying to bike quickly to a place and you're pedaling, and the wind's against you. Well, the wind against you is something that's generated by the fact that this does not match your philosophy at 100% yet. It might come from an external validation and not an internal validation of why you feel like I get to do this. So that's why the principle of I get to do this, when you realize who you're being and what you're achieving from this and how you're being responsible, is the greatest joy. But feeling like you have to do certain things, just to kind of like be socially accepted because, or it's part of your culture, or because you have no choice, it was imposed to you from the outside. That's where this inner magic comes in of turning it into something that you get to do because you make it match your philosophy and you upgrade your philosophy for living. They're saying if you don't create rituals or habits, the days and weeks and even the years will go by and you will never do what you wanted to do. Aha, there you go. So it does take an effort to start the habit. It will take strategy, self discipline. It will use a bit of willpower, but it's just at the beginning because those things are limited. They're not infinite. So you got to level up your maturity in how you address it. Just like for clean eating or better eating, like eating it more intelligently for nutrients so that you could be more intelligent with how you manage your life. The important thing is to achieve small successes over and over again so it doesn't burn out your willpower and it gives you that boost of morale. Like, yes, I did this. I'm so happy. So doing what you say that you're going to do matters more than how much you say that you're going to do and never do it. James Clear says that habits are the compound interest of self development. Do you agree? Till next time.